Hello and welcome to the Ski Jump Championship Tournament. I'm your host, davidinark. Welcome to Group A Round 1 action, and buckle up, folks. You are in for some high-flying, death-defying, crashing, jumping, and what have you. Starting things off, Teresa Shootery. Yes, in the 200 BX Special Pursuit vehicle. She is heading down the ramp. Got the lights flashing and leading things off in the tournament. Now, we have made a little bit of a change, and that is that instead of vehicles facing off in pairs, we are going to have all of the vehicles in this group participate. Oh, slamming down there. Look at that. That is going to be a 180 as far as the jumping goes. Now we'll wait for her to slide until she stops, and then when she does, we'll get all of the points tallied up. Look at there, sliding past the 1,000-meter mark. And oh my goodness, man, this is still going pretty good. That is 1,200 meters. Will she make it to the 1,300 mark? It does not look like it. Oh, not quite. Couldn't quite get there. So here's how the points work. 180 for the jump, 1,200 for the slide, minus 29.5 for the damage, for a total of 1,350.5. And this is how things look so far. She is at the top of the list because, well, she's the only one that's gone. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on here. As I was saying, this is Elliot Gerard, by the way, in the ETK 800 series. The top 4 finishers in this group will be the ones who move on, and then we will do that for each of the other groups that remain. So 4 groupings total, and we will have the 4 best in each group move on in the tournament rather than facing up head to head. Just felt that was a little more fair. Oh, there you go, just over the 240 mark, and that is going to be a decent run for Elliot as he is sliding along the ice and whoop, riding up the wall. Now, this is a reminder, I am controlling the vehicle just to the point where they get down the first jump and take off. Once they leave, I let go and the game takes over. So anytime you see them go up the edge or down the edge, that is all the game taking over. Well, they're just that's the drivers themselves. Oh, wait, are we going to make it? Are we going to? Yes, look at there, crossing over the line. Very good job there, and a very nice run. Had a decent distance and a nice run there. We'll see where that is going to pit Elliot here in this particular run. Let's find out. Let's see what the judges say. Here we go, 240 for the jump, 1,200 for the slide, minus 26.31 damage, for a total of 1,413.69. And sure enough, you see that he has moved to the top of the list. And now we will move along with the Barstow. And this is Elenora Winterbottom in the Barstow 353 V8 RoadSport. By the way, where does the damage come in? If you missed the intro before, if you look over on the lower right, over by the speedometer, you will notice that there is a little meter that indicates how many beams and what's been deformed and what's been broken. Well, those scores will be deducted, the percentages will be deducted from the overall score. Oh, wasn't sure she was going to make it. Oh, look at there. Coming down just before the 100-meter mark. So that is only going to be an 80 as far as the jump is concerned. But as you've probably figured out by now, we take the jump, and then however far the car goes, we add that distance to the jump score, and that's the overall distance score. Then we subtract out the damage percentages added together, and that gives us the total score. Oh, heading up for a slight wall ride as we pass the 1,700 meter mark and 1,800. still going 60 miles an hour, just under now, about 55 miles an hour. And she's got plenty of oomph. Not quite sure what's going on with the wall rides, other than the front end is kind of messed up, so that's probably pulling her in that direction. I think that was the 2,000 mark. I'm unsure if that was 2,000 or 2,100. It's going to skid down, and that is 2,100 meters. That is an incredible run for the Barstow. As a matter of fact, still kind of inching along. However, that is going to be the end of that run. So she gets 80 for the jump, a 2,100 slide, minus 21.27 for the damage, for a total of 2158.73. And the Barstow jumps to the top of the heap in this Group A round. Holy cow, this is just everybody just leapfrogging over Anton Vipund in the Bastion Drift Edition. How is Anton going to do in the competition today? Let's find out. The big thing, of course, can I, as I'm driving down the ramp here, maintain control of a drift vehicle? Everything's looking good so far. Absolutely. Getting a beautiful takeoff. Look at that. Holy smokes. We are flying. Oh, where on earth are we going to land? Oh, just shy of 480. So that's going to be a 460. The jump score is measured backward to the nearest mark that you actually passed over. Sliding on the roof, 1,100 meters. Anton just coasting in, taking it all in. That's what, the 1,100 mark. And are we going to make it to 12? Oh, I'm sorry, that was 12. We're just shy of 1,300. So that's going to be 460 for the jump. The market at the 1,300 mark for the slide, minus 54 for the damage. And that means that he takes second place in the Bastion. And we may have to review that later, but as of now, that's the score. SheltonRandall showing up in the Bluebuck 353 V8 two-door Marshall. That is a mouthful. This is one beast of a car. Breaking out the old school Bluebuck. So we head down the jump. Oh, it's a little off center, but I think we'll be okay. We got some damage. Oh, hitting the side. Is that going to be a problem? Whoa, a nice little barrel roll. Let's find out. Oh, look at that. Cruising down the road here. That looked like it was somewhere either 100, 120. We'll check the judging at the end of the run. In the meantime, plenty of speed. So whatever distance was short coming off of the jump, it is going to be made up for here in the slide, because the Bluebuck ended up upside right and all of its wheels are functioning perfectly. So this bad boy is just going to keep rolling until finally gravity and friction do their thing. Look at that. 1,900, 2,000, I believe that was. Oh my goodness, look at that. 2,100, that's what that should be. And still going along pretty nicely. Look at that, 40 miles an hour still. And look how far in the distance the landing zone and the takeoff zone are behind the Bluebuck as it cruises along into the sunset. And we are sitting at 2,500 meters. Are we going to make 26? Can we make 2,600 meters? This is unbelievable. And yes, 2,600. Slowing down. Not quite sure there's going to be enough to get to the next mark. Oh, that is... Well, it's close. Oh, is he going to get over the mark? Come on, 2,700. There it is. Crosses over the 2,700 mark, and that is phenomenal. 2,700. That is crazy, man. Oh my gosh. Well, as it comes to a halt, we are going to see what the judges say about that initial jump landing. Where are they going to give the Bluebuck the points? We see that and really didn't take much damage at all. So that's 100 jump, a 2,700 slide, only losing 11 points of damage. That is a 2788.84, and the Bluebuck screeches all the way to the top of the competition for Group A. Here we are going with PhoenixTasker in the Bolide 320 GTR Group 5. Now, in previous competitions, the Bolides tend to do pretty well because they are flat and they have spoilers on the back, and those fins combined with that just aerodynamic tend to have a great effect on the Bolides as far as their traveling goes. Now, whoop, okay, that's going to be a little tough. The judges will have to call that one. To me, it looked like maybe about 320. Oh, no. Up over the edge, and that is going to be a 0 for the distance. I hadn't covered that yet. I wasn't anticipating that was going to be an issue, but one of the rules is that if you slide off of the landing zone, you get no points. So a 360 jump with 0 points for the slide and 34.98 damage. That's a 352 total, and that puts the GTR in last place at this point. Now, there are two vehicles underneath it because they haven't gone yet, but that is most unfortunate. NyreeDay in the Covet 1.5 DXI. Well, basically, I mean, the last two competitors that we've got, this one here and LosWilko in the next one, they essentially just need to land and skirt along the end, and they're gonna beat that GTR. Oh my! I was speechless for a minute. I could see it happening. The Covet getting a DNF. If you don't even land on the landing zone, that's a DNF out of the race. What is happening here in this first round of competition? So as we see, things don't change, and we have one more competitor, and that is going to be LosWilko in the Vivace EV. All LosWilko needs to do, well, again, though, the top four are the ones who go. So actually, LosWilko's got quite well, no pun intended, but quite a steep hill ahead of him. Not only do we have to make sure that he actually lands on the other side, but he's going to have a real good slide in order to reach the top four. Oh, this is not looking good. Oh, slamming into that landing area. Now, he did make it to the landing zone, so unfortunately, it's going to be a 0 for the jump. How far can he slide? He's going to have to slide a long way in order to get there. Not to mention that there is a lot of damage to the vehicle. So, I mean, we're talking a slide of, oh my goodness, what, 1,700 meters or more? Well, really, it'd have to be more than that based on the other competitors that have gone. And we are not even close. This is, I think, 1,100. And unfortunately, coming to a screeching halt. That is a bummer. So yeah, 0 for the jump, 1,100 for the slide, minus 39.05 for the damage, for a total of 1060.95. We didn't end up in last place, but certainly didn't make the top 4. So the top 4 vehicles move along to the next round: the Bluebuck, the Barstow, the Bastion, and the ETK 800. Each of those vehicles just dominating here in the in the ski jump tournament for 2022. Be sure to tune in next time when we jump into Group B. We'll have 8 more cars competing for those 4 spots in the next part of the competition. I'm davidinark. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. We will see you next time. Special thanks to Hero of God, GamerGull, LosWilko, Connie C, and Zachary for supporting the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm davidinark. Have a great day.